Hello! So my first video on this channel in my new home. So 2026 is definitely off to a better reading start than last year. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, but last year it's not a good reading year for some reason. It's just, yeah. But things are looking better right now. So I didn't read this for Winterween, but it did get me off to a good start. And it's actually El Rio's Graveyard Shift. If I remember correctly, most of the booktubers that I watched didn't actually like this book. And I can get why. I can definitely get why. But really, I just want to read about fungi, and I got fungi. Like this mycelium. Yeah, I got exactly what I wanted out of it. I wanted mushrooms, I got mushrooms. Got a lot of fungi. And it is an interesting snapshot into a single night in the lives of these characters. How many are there? Five. These five characters who, meet during the night. It does tie in well together. It is exactly what it needs to be. I liked it. But of course I had the basically the information and feelings and emotions of the booktubers who I have been watching. So I got the vibe off of them. But also I just want to read about mushrooms. I just want to read about mushrooms. So yeah. 4-star read though. It's not a 5. Have I had a 5-star read? No, because I'm picky. I'm really picky. But I am going to talk a little bit about the books that I did read for Winterween. I did manage to read a couple of books. Literally a couple of books and a short story. Still mushrooms. I'm on a mushroom kick. So actually, I'm gonna start off by talking about the mushrooms. I read T. Kingfisher, What Moves the Dead. This was good. This 4.5, definitely 4.5. And this is a retelling or reimagining of wasn't it Poe's? Yep, Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher. This did inspire me to actually read The Fall of the House of Usher. I read that after reading this. The book that the collection that I have is Spores of Doom, edited by Aaron Worth. It's Dank Tales of the Fungal Weird. This book is full of classic stories. Classic stories, all to do with mushrooms. I have only read 2 stories. Actually, one story by Edgar Allan Poe. The other is a poem by Sylvia Plath about mushrooms. And I liked it. I still haven't read any of the others. As you can see, I moved the tabs up top. I read Sylvia Plath and I read Edgar Allan Poe. I can absolutely see how reading Edgar Allan Poe's original inspired T. Kingfisher to write their own story. I did read the afterword or the author's note at the back. Brilliant. Like taking how an author takes inspiration from an original, makes it so completely their own. It's just fantastic. I might be talking myself up to a 5-star actually, because I really love this. More so after I read the original. So the original is about the fall of the House of Usher, and it is, if you ever read a story by Poe, he is a little bit what word do I want to use? Wordy? Definitely. He's a lot of fun. I really like reading Poe, but he is wordy. There are some words that I did learn and that I need to reread again so I can learn the words, but yeah, he didn't shy away from using big words whenever needed. I mean, that was definitely of the time. Like this came out originally 1839. And actually the forward name drops What Moves the Dead and Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Two very, very well-known modern novels, stories inspired by this short story. It's about, in this edition, it's about 25 pages. And yeah, it is all about the, I think, completely unnamed narrator who is invited to join his friend, Roderick Usher. Yeah, so he gets a letter from his friend, Roderick Usher, inviting the narrator to come join him because Roderick needs someone to be there, basically, due to the impending demise of his sister, who literally really doesn't feature at all in the story. She features so much more in Kingfisher's version because they were inspired by the narration and wondering, what about Madeline? What about her illness? Like, whatever this, whatever that. And I really, really like that because in the original, Madeline barely features at all. She is such a footnote in the story. Now there is the twist regarding Madeline that I did know about and I absolutely love. I don't want to spoil it for you though if you haven't read it, so but it is good. There are plot points that are convenient, honestly. The amount of time that the narrator spends with his friend Roderick, like they are spending the time reading stories together, and near the end of the story the narrator is reading a romance. No, not that kind. I thought so at first and I was like, ooh, interesting, but no, it's a classical version of a romance, not the other kind. And the romance is all about this hero named Ethelred who breaks into a hermit's house, and the hermit turns out to be something quite else, and I'm like, but the plot points in the romance time up with current events in the story. So there is a confrontation, and then the variant is very convenient. That's yeah. I do love it though. I like it. I do like Kingfisher's version quite a bit more though, because they go into way more detail about what is going on with the House of Usher and with the Tarn. Oh my god, the Tarn. The fungi that is here, way more explanation, way more just deep diving. And they did, oh, I can't find it, but I really feel like they studied fungi quite a bit in order to get to the fun part basically and how it functions. Now we don't really learn how that thing, the Tarn, I feel like I'm spoiling a little bit, but how that all works. You do find that out in an author's note, and I love it. Like the last explanation is in the author note. And I don't know why, but I'm on a kind of a fungi kick right now, and I'm like, the last book I'm going to talk about, because I only read 2 whole books and a short story and a poem. It's actually a non-fiction. It's David Wilson, the UK's leading criminologist. Murder at Home. Yeah, was the best thing to read when you moved into a home of your own. UK statistics and facts about murder at home. God damn it, I keep hearing things. It's raining outside. It's making noise. But yeah, so this is, like I said, it's a non-fiction. It's very frank, very well written, also very interesting account of murders at home, spanning the entirety of the English Isles. So we get stories from Wales, Scotland, England, Ireland. The tales are sectioned off into the doorstep, living room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, backyard, the entire house. and he is talking about motives. In some part, he does describe quite a bit about the murders. He does talk about the victims and the perpetrators, and is extremely frank about the fact that a lot of murders are male perpetrators, female victims, and the inherent misogyny in a lot of the entire pattern. I'm trying to be so polite right now. There are words that I would much rather be using, but I want to be polite on YouTube, on the internet. Absolutely for true crime. Anyone interested in true crime, this might, in some cases, strike a little too close to home. But yeah, I bought this quite a while ago, and I am so happy that I read this finally. For some reason now was the time. So yeah, this came out in 2023. I finally read it in beginning of 2026, so yay! So yeah, that was my reading for Winterween. Yay! So I finally read something. I'm so happy, and the fact that it's mostly about mushrooms, and there are way more stories to read about mushrooms. Like, I still have all of these short stories to read and I have to deal with mushrooms. So I read Plath, I read Edgar Allan Poe. There is Lovecraft and there are A.C. Wells. There is Julia Horatia Ewing, Charlotte Perkins Gilman. Otherwise, yeah. And it's all about fungi. So, So yeah, I didn't read quite as much as I was aiming to do, but I did read something, and that's the goal. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will have something else soon enough, yeah. And yeah, until then, take care. Bless.